My name is VDI, and I'll make it short and quick. Don't worry, it's not that hard. Just short information about me. I started doing Perl in 2008. There was my first module on cpan, and these are a couple of my modules that I did. And then this is my blog, and this is my GitHub page. In 2012, I did a PerlToots website, perltoots.com. And since Perl 6 is kind of popular nowadays, you can run Perl 6 there, if you want to try something and stuff like that. But it's run by this guy, so if you have any problems, don't contact me, contact this guy. So in 2013, I created this pragmatic Perl journal. It's a Russian-speaking journal about Perl. And the same year, we did a YAPC Europe in Kiev. So today I'm going to talk about this Kritika.io website that I did, but just a little bit prehistory before doing that. So I got a new job, right? And there's lots of technical debt. And there's no tests, no automation, no standards, no best practice, nothing. And there's like lots of developers of different levels. And I was like, what the fuck is this? So my job was to fix it, right? So my responsibility was like code review, testing, refactoring, mentoring, and the team responsibility was to learn, to practice, and etc. So what was the result? The result was fuck you, it didn't work. So the real solution is control. This is the real solution. So what I did, I was enforcing the best practices. And so you may ask, can we just use like a write bash Perl, whatever script using Perl Critic, ESLint, whatever? Yeah, we can, but what's wrong with Perl Critic, for example? It's very slow on big codebase. Like initially when I did an analysis, it took like 2 hours. And it's only Perl specific because like usually you don't have only Perl. You have like JavaScript, you have, I don't know, Markdown documentation, whatever, HTML. And another problem is that every developer has to configure it themselves. And there's no history. You cannot like run it and remember something and then run it again and compare. And static analysis is not enough. So what do we want? We want static analysis. We want code complexity. We want test coverage. We want formatting. We want the duplication detection. We want custom domain rules. And we want consistency. So that is why I built this Kritika.io thing. So I started as an in-house script. Then I tried to do personal GitHub projects, and then I just decided to release it to the public. So what are the main features? The main features are incremental analysis. So it means it's fast. The first time, kind of slow, yes, but every next analysis just analyzes the difference that you did. It's a unified way to check all project technology. So it doesn't matter if you have Perl, JavaScript, or whatever. It saves progress over time, so you can blame somebody very easily. And single point of configuration, so you don't have any more this works on my machine problems. And you can share results, so you can even blame more. And and you can put your custom analysis, which means like advanced blame. So enough talking, Okay, this was supposed to be the demo. So this is the website, and what we do is just log in here with the GitHub, and then it goes here, and you have this repositories here. You can explore it without logging in. So the next thing we do, we import the repository, and here you have your GitHub repositories, whatever, and you just import that, and it has like smart defaults. For example, you don't have to configure anything to get something, So for example, I did this. I created this Catalyst, Dancer, and Modulicious projects here. For example, if we go to Dancer, we have the report here, and we have the violation. No, this is something wrong. This is too good. I think it was kind of worse than that. well, yeah, this is better. So we have the violations here, and we have the snapshots, whatever files. I mean, you can just try and explore it yourself. I don't have time for that to explain how it works, but the idea is that it automatically detects files. It automatically knows that this is like, for example, this is the build file, and this is like the package. If you go to the list, you know, this is the build file, this is Perl package, this is documentation. Why this is important? Because sometimes you want to differentiate the analysis for different kinds of Perl files. For example, for scripts, you don't want to check if there is a package. And for a package, you want to check if there is a package or whatever. So by default, it just does everything automatically. So you can just try yourself, import your repository, and that's it. So yeah, the idea is that you have a lot of profiles for different languages, like for C, shell, custom rules, duplications, JavaScript, whatever. And you just configure, for example, if we open the Perl Critic package, we have all these rules that you have in Perl Critic, and we just click on the checkbox and change the severity, and it's like group by group, so it's like very easy to navigate and so on. Yeah, and also we have the history thing, where you can go to repository, check the snapshots, check the different how it improved or how it became worse and stuff like that. You can see the diffs and whatever. And yeah, the use case, as I said, you can just go and see the Catalyst and Majoricious, how would they compare, for example. If you open for example, the Catalyst runtime, as you can see, it has like almost 1,000 violations, and the test coverage is 86%. And if you go to Mojo, for example, it has like 400 violations, and the coverage is 91%. And if you go to Denser, yeah, Denser is the first one is kinda fucked up, but this has like 300, and the coverage is 86%. So you can see, the difference, how they compare. And this is like default profile. I didn't do any customization there. So what's inside? So it runs on Mu. It's the database is Postgres. I use Black PSGI on top of the Gazelle server, and I use an event for notifying users if when the analysis is over and stuff like that. And also I have like integration with editors, with VI and Sublime, I think. And the command line, there's a command line. It's on cpan, I hope. Should be. You go here and you put like Kritika, you should find. Yeah, this is the command line that you can use for getting the local results. If you want like create a Git hook or whatever. And this is for deploying the coverage to the service. And yeah, what's next? I want to do more profiles, more rules. I want to do more languages. This is the current ones. I want to do more integrations, the GitLab and Bitbucket. And yeah, and I appreciate any feedback that you have. It's not complete yet. There are lots of things that I want to do. Yeah, thank you. This is it. I don't know if we have time. Yeah, we have like 2 minutes if you have any questions. Yeah.
It looks really neat. Do you plan to support repositories that aren't on GitHub?
Yes, of course. Because, well, I do actually have an on-premise package, which has this feature to use your own Git repositories, like local files and stuff like that.
How tied to Git is it?
Sorry?
How tied to Git is it?
How tight? Yes, I know what you mean, but yeah, it's kind of tied to Git, yes, right now. But actually, it's only tied in this case. If you go, for example, to the files, and actually, right now, I use the Git is only here. For example, the churn is like the number, how many times the file was modified.
Right.
But this is the only thing that I think is Git specific. The rest, I think it's not that hard. But the problem with Git is that it's like 99% is Git. So I don't know if I want to spend time, on supporting anything else. But
How effective has it been for your original problem that you described?
Well, at least I don't have to explain every time that that you have to use Perl tidy or whatever, because the problem was that I had lots of developers with different levels, and even though you explain to them, we want to do this, this, and this, you get all these problems all the time. So it saves a lot of time for me as a code reviewer before they even submit something for code review. So it's like it's a very effective tool, at least for like stupid bugs. Of course, it doesn't detect logical problems, but at least it saves time.
On the worthwhile
yeah. Okay, any more questions? Yes?
Does it also analyze the way people do their commits in Git? So for instance, you have these programmers that do lots of changes and then commit them all at once, so that's very inconvenient or not so smart. That kind of stuff, does it?
Right now, yes, but I do have that in the plan. Right now, it doesn't do that. No. Yes?
You mentioned in an early slide about the key thing was enforcing these rules, but I don't quite understand how this actually enforces them. People still have to go along with the changes it suggests and things, I guess.
Well, the thing is that, I didn't explain that, but there are like quality gates. You can create a quality gate that's gonna your build. For example, if you can have this as a part of your continuous integration. If there is something that you have like severe violations, your build gonna fail, and this is how you control the quality. And this is the way how I do for example, I integrate with Travis CI, so you can just push every. And actually, if you go to the GitHub and, for example, this is my fork, and it reports back to the GitHub the result. So you can have the result here, and you can see. For example, if somebody makes like a pull request or something, it's going to analyze that and going to tell you this is okay or not. So this is kind of how to do that. Okay. Okay. Thank you.